Hey everyone, it's Megan from Gingerbread Mama, and today I am talking about back to school. So everybody gets so excited about back to school, about buying new things for their kids and getting them back to class. For stay-at-home moms, it provides a little bit of sanity because you're not having your kids in your hair all day. For work moms and working parents, you're not having to pay for childcare or camps unless you have a kiddo in a paid private school, in which case you don't really get a break from that. But for the rest of us, there's a part of back to school that nobody talks about, and that's the financial aspect of it. Going back to school is expensive because it's all of that extra stuff that you don't really buy much throughout the rest of the year. You've got a lot of new things going on, and if your kids are in any type of sport or activity, you've got those things to pay for. You suddenly need new equipment. You need, some districts have athletic fees or registration fee that you have to pay, and you need all of that up front. So there's just so much that you have to financially take care of and pay for and be able to afford. Sometimes it's hard. I know all day today I've been kind of in the midst of an anxiety attack, off and on, all day long. It has just really been crippling me, and I've sat here. There were a couple of times where I had to go outside because I just needed a break, and I just sat there with my head in my hands trying to figure out, how am I going to make this work? Because if you are in a household where you are already financially strapped, all these extras put a huge wrench in your plans, because when you feel like you've got it handled and you can pay your bills, that's when back to school hits, or Christmas, or one of those things where you have to have extra money that you don't really normally really have. So what do you do? So when all of the extra school clothes and athletic fees and extra gas to get your kids to and from school and lunch money comes into play, do not let it consume you. If you're like me and you're trying to figure out how the hell to pay for all that extra stuff, I got you. I made a list, as I always do, and I have compiled some things that you can do to try to help ease that financial burden a little bit. Trusty list right here. So one of the first things that you can do is that you can ask for help. A lot of grandparents and aunts and uncles, if they don't have kids of their own, they are more than willing to help out with back to school. I know we do get some help, and it is a huge help because my family helps us get school clothes, and it is so necessary because on top of back to school, we also have my kiddos' birthdays. My son, my oldest, his birthday is August 26th, which happens to be his first day of school this year, so we've got all of this stuff literally on the same day. And then my other one is in October, so we get a little bit of a break. Olivia is in February, so hers is a whole different beast. But the boys are fall babies, and so they kind of coincide with school stuff, and it makes it kind of hard. But I do for sure appreciate all of the help that we get from my family. They are more than willing to help, and it is just such a huge help that they do that. And in years coming, if they're not able to help, I would totally understand, but the years that they have been able to help, it really, really helps. So being sure to ask if you've got any family or even friends that you know might be able to help you out, even if it's just a temporary loan situation, do it. You never know who could help you and who would be willing to help you, and the worst that they can do is say no. So it's worth a try. Another thing that you can do is many churches and community centers have backpack giveaways or school supply giveaways where you can go get free things for your kiddos for school. It's becoming a very popular thing. So just about every area, I see them all the time on Facebook, events posted where kids can go get school supplies or backpacks or even lunch stuff to start their school lunches. Because a lot of the time that stuff is hard, especially inner city kids, or if you just don't have a whole lot of money. Having that help really gets the ball rolling for you. So those things can be a huge asset if you just look them up. Go on Facebook or even in the newspaper. If your area has a news Facebook page, we have one here. You can find all sorts of those things on those types of pages too. Another good resource would be Facebook Marketplace, and you can find your kids' school clothes on there. Now, they may not be brand spanking new, but they're school clothes, and a lot of time you can find clothes on there that are really nice. And sometimes you find clothes on there are new with tags because somebody went hog wild on stuff and realized they had too much. So you can find things on Facebook. You could also look for friends who may have kids your kids' age, and they may be willing to give you hand-me-downs. If they have a kid that's a little bit bigger than yours or a little bit older than yours, they may have things that their kids aren't using anymore, and a mama's best friend is hand-me-downs, let me tell you. Speaking of friends, your friends can also tell you where they got the best deals, find coupons for you or give you their extra coupons. They may be able to tell you what stores have exactly what you're looking for and what deals may be coming up. You never know until you ask what you can get out of your friends, and all too often they are more than willing to help you. You just have to ask them because they're not thinking about what you're going through necessarily, because they're going through their own stuff. So just ask for help, ask for hand-me-downs, ask for where you can find the sales. All of these things can help you in a time where you are drowning or feeling like you're drowning yourself. The last thing on my list that you can do is find a side hustle. Now, these are huge these days. Everybody seems to have 2 and 3 little side gigs that they do. So I have a video coming out with side hustles that you can do for quick cash, quick turnaround. So be sure to check out that video next. Just remember, there is no such thing as a cookie cutter life. Take care.